Hello, this is Paul Salopek, and I'm sending you greetings from the trail in Central Asia, where I'm currently making my way along the old Silk Roads, heading in the direction of China, as I walk in the footsteps of our early ancestors who migrated approximately 100,000 years ago out of the continent of Africa. I believe that most of you will have already completed Learning Journey 1, so I welcome you back to Out of Eden Learn. The first learning journey was fundamentally about inviting you to slow down and to look closely at the world around you, to listen carefully and generously to other people, key practices I use every day along the trail as I do slow journalism. I hope that you enjoyed learning more about your own neighborhoods as well as the neighborhoods of other young people who participated in your walking party. This learning journey similarly asks you to slow down, to observe the world carefully, and to listen carefully to other people, including to one another. But there's also an emphasis in this learning journey on making connections between your own lives and bigger human stories that are unfolding across time and across different generations. You will also be asked to make connections between your own lives and bigger stories that are unfolding right now across different geographic locations, during what for many people is a time of rapid technological, political, and social change. My project, the Out of Eden Walk, was in part conceived as a counterpoint to fast-paced contemporary news media that often fails to connect the dots between different headlines or see the bigger picture of what's going on in the world. By walking through stories instead of jetting in and out of them, I'm better able to make connections between what I observe in different places. For example, I notice subtle shifts in cultural practices from one place to another, such as in the style of architecture, in what people eat and how they prepare their food, in what values they hold, and the religious practices they observe, and the ways in which they interact with one another. I also try to weave different layers of history into my writing, from the overarching story of our human species and how we fanned out across the world, to somewhat more recent stories related to specific nations or ethnic groups. I'm also interested in how the stories of individual people I meet along the way are related to their families' or communities' histories, which are in turn connected to bigger forces. I hope you enjoy this learning journey. It is important to realize that as individuals, we're all part of something bigger than our own lives. That realization can be humbling, but can also be very motivating. We are affected by forces and stories that are bigger than us, but we in turn can help write new stories. Onward.